Howdy y'all, back by popular demand, some more eye candy. These are proving to be pretty simple for me because I have been plowing through the stacks. Again, not to sound like a broken record here, but I'm kind of plowing through the stacks to kind of pull out some books that I'm actually going to have slabbed. They'll be the first books that I've ever sent out to have slabbed. And also to just get ready for a big sale I'm going to have over the winter and into the spring next year. So anyway, just eye candy. Some of these books that you see here might be some things that I'm going to sell, but The Lone Ranger from Dynamite, number 5. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. Here's another Dynamite book. 2 Dynamite books. The Shadow, number 11 and number 14. Gorgeous looking books. Gorgeous looking books. The Shadow. The Shadow. The Shadow. Right? Beautiful, beautiful books. Jungle Action number 2. Let's get the Gil Kane going here, right? Just a gorgeous book. Gil Kane at his Marvel Bronze peak in the early 70s. Boy, he was just tearing it up. Really gorgeous book. Got a few of those around here. Oh, hey, I pulled this one out for Patrick. My friend, our friend Luther Manning, but it's the Vault of Horror number 26 that I bought here just a few months ago from EC Ed. And this was a book that you had asked me about. What was the book with the hands coming out of the ground? Well, here it is, bud. It's The Vault of Horror, number 26. And 40 years ago, or maybe even a little more, way back in the 70s, this was the book that first fired my imagination for EC Comics. And I'm happy to say that I have this great copy now. Yes. Eye candy indeed. Here's this is my off the rack copy of Howard the Duck number 24. This was around the time that I finally got some boards. As I remember putting this issue into a board in a bag, and it was one of the first books that I ever did excuse me, put into a bag with a board. Beautiful, still near mint, you know. Beautiful book, gorgeous Gene Colan cover with stupendous colors. Great book. Here's one for Shannon. A DC 100 pager, Superman 245, otherwise known as DC 7 in the 100 pager series. Yeah, again, these 100 pagers, They just have this amazing feel when they're in your hand, you know, very, very singular kind of feeling to them. They're just wonderful. The heft of it, the banner across the top, everything about these 100 pagers is just so uber cool. And if I'm not mistaken, Shannon now has the complete set. Yes, Shannon, you've got the complete DC 100 pager set. Oh, here's a beloved book, Tarzan 227. I got my original copy, a copy of this in one of the 3-packs that were sold back in the day. This one comes from ETA Nick. It was a gift from ETA Nick a couple of years ago. And it's a super high grader. He has it graded at a 9.6. Yep. Off the rack stupendousness. Joe Kubert at the peak of his powers in the 1970s. Tarzan 227. A beloved book. Gil Kane. Gil Kane. The Ringo Kid, number 26. In my early eBay days, 2000, 2001, 2002, I was obsessed with the Marvel Bronze Westerns, particularly the ones with the Gil Kane covers. And I gotta say that this Ringo Kid issue was one of the hardest ones. One of the hardest ones to find in high grade. I only ever was able to score maybe 3 copies in high grade. And this was the best one. Gil Kane just tearing it up. Right? Oh, here you go. Red Circle Comics. The Fly, number 1 and number 2. These were, what, early 80s? And both feature terrific Jim Steranko covers. I'm losing my sun. Losing my natural light out here. Great, great Jim Steranko covers. I remember seeing these all over in places like Woolworths and some of the convenience stores and things like that that sold the multi-packs. And these hung around, it seemed like, for a couple of years in those stores. You know, you could get them in the multi-packs. But yeah, Red Circle Comics, The Fly, Jim Steranko covers, number 1 and 2. These are gorgeous near mint plus copies. Yep. Great, great books. Just a couple more here. Here's an old off-the-rack Detective Comics 629. Part of a short run where Michael Golden did the covers. Excuse me. There was maybe 5 of them. 5 or 6 issues where Michael Golden did this, did the covers, and they're all spectacular. I just pulled this one out as an example. Beautiful looking book, right? That's what year was that? 91. Whew. Wow, getting old. 2 more here. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. Here's another off-the-rack book. This is from the early 80s too. Daredevil 217 with the Barry Smith cover. He'll always be Barry Smith to me. But by this time, I think he was calling himself Barry Windsor Smith. But gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous Black Widow cover. Barry Smith tearing it up. And finally, one more here today. Justice League Adventures #2. I don't even know. Oh, this February 2002. This, I think this was right around the time one of my very last visits to a comic book store. My last visits came when the sequel to The Dark Knight came out. What was it called? The Dark Knight Strikes, or whatever the heck it was. Anyway, it was around this time that I just stopped collecting new comic books. And anyway, this is a really beautiful copy, unopened, near mint to mint, probably a 9.8. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes. Okay, gang, that's it for today. I'm gonna have tons more eye candy videos coming up here in the next couple of months, all leading up, once again, to reiterate, leading up to my comic sales to come over the winter and into the spring of 2019. So, all right, we'll see you later. Hope you liked all that. I know I do. See you later. Bye-bye.